What is up, everybody? What is up? What is up? What is up? I hope you're all doing well today. Wow, that was loud. Let me turn this down before I blow everybody's ears out. So, I hope that you're all having a fantastic weekend. Today, we're going to be doing a little bit of drawing, and I have something that I don't normally do for a cover today. I'm going to be doing a little bit of homage with a modern twist. We're going to be working on a Daredevil cover. I have it right here in my hands. And we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So right off the bat, you can see I've got this already drawn. We're going to be working on inks and the whole nine this morning. But before we do that, I want to go in and spotlight a few of the people that are here already. We have Ruben Guzman here. Good morning, Ruben. We have Cup of Comics. Hope you're doing well, Cup of Comics. We have Remy Q up early. What's up, my dude? How are you doing this morning? So yeah, we're just gonna jump right into this drawing today. I don't know how long this will take. Hopefully, this one I'm not planning to add a ton of color into. There will be some. Oh yes, there will be some. Glad to hear you're doing excellent, Cup of Comics. So, I have been in some talks with a grading company, and they're very eager to get my books so that they can be the one that grades them. Me and the owner were talking last night, and he's excited, and I'm excited. So, yes, sir, Tyler, EGS. The owner and I have been going back and forth for the last, I'd say, 14, 15 hours. And super cool guy. And he's very excited that I'm interested in doing my grading with them and getting my books certified through their service. He said, I want to make it as easy and as reputable for you as I can. So, yeah, I'm definitely starting to like and fall a little more in love with their service as we talk. I don't want to let any cats out of the bag, but they've got some really cool stuff that's coming up that he's been telling me about, and I think that up to yesterday I had not heard of them before, and I'm really glad that Tyler from Shattered Glass Comic Reviews actually was the one that turned me onto their service, and um, the rest, as they say, is history. Yeah, he was really cool. Very nice, very nice. He messaged me while I was asleep last night, like late, and it was like um, he was just kind of showing off some of the things that they have coming up and telling me some of the things that they could offer for me as an artist, and just he walked me through their process, what I needed to do, so that when I send my books to them, um, or when somebody sends my books to them, they'll know that they were my work. So yeah, it was a good conversation. What's up, Slavic? Oh, how's it going? How's it going? Go ahead and highlight you and say good morning to you, sir. And I'll highlight Tyler and say good morning to Tyler. If you haven't seen Whack Comics' new video, you need to go watch it. That's all I'm going to say. It's funny. But what did they put out isn't funny. Slotted up. He had Dallas Anderson on his channel the other day and was interviewing him, and was a very enjoyable interview. Dallas is another great artist from this community. If you haven't seen any of his work before, you should check out DJ Lynx's Thanos slash Biggie tribute that he did for him. It's really awesome. I kept telling myself when I was starting this that I was going to start with with my other side, the smaller picture first, and apparently I just naturally gravitated towards the larger part. Um, but this has been kind of a Punisher week for me. I got the Punisher 2099 slab, and then I got a mystery box full of Punishers. So it got me kind of in a mood to want to draw Punisher. And I'll be honest, I've never really read a lot of Punisher books. So um, it was really neat how this kind of panned out. Should I leave? No, no, Chip. This is the other Daredevil cover that I had. You're fine. I'm not working on your book live. I promise. I promise. I promise. I wouldn't do that to you, buddy. So I'm just wanting to pay a little tribute to Mike Zett today, doing a little homage, um, paying respect where respect is due, like the stormtrooper in the background. Oh my goodness. Covers. I deal with a lot of anxiety issues, and I also deal with some mild depression. So doing these comic covers is really therapeutic for me. I know that you would probably never guess that talking to me, um, but yeah, these doing these has really helped even me out, and doing them live and just kind of being able to talk about art as I do it, which is my passion, um, has really done a lot for me. I'm glad to have people come in and watch. Love having people coming in and watching. What's up, Nick's Kicks and Comics? How's it going? Yeah, I got Bob watching this morning. Um, but this has really kind of helped my stress and anxiety level um, a whole lot. So um, this is really um, a good thing for me as far as what I do. So yesterday, um, I was telling Nick's Kicks and Comics and Freaky Louie before three up, three down last night. Which, if you didn't see it, was an amazing episode. Freaky Louie just proved once again why he's one of the most awesome people in this community. Um, with a story that he told, but I was telling them I got home from work yesterday and I sat down and I started working on this amongst a couple of other drawings that I'm doing for people, and just really got into this idea of kind of doing an homage to Zek's Punisher. And I thought, what better way, what more iconic way to pay tribute than to do kind of a reproduction with something that is very familiar to people, which is the Punisher pose from Punisher or Amazing Spider-Man 129. And so I decided that I was going to use that as part of my cover. So I sketched this out yesterday, and the more and more I sketched it, the worse I felt about it. But then I got up last night and I was looking at it and I was like, it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was. I think I'm just kind of in my own head. What's up, Shop for Comics? How's it going? I'm sorry. I'm when I get into books and drawing, sometimes I lose track of who and where and what I'm doing. So, um, yeah, it was fun. Um, I love the stories that Louis had. Um, he's a stand up guy, and I couldn't say enough good about him. He's always just such a positive person to talk to and to be around, and I know that his demeanor always brings other people up, and that's what I love so much about him. Hey, K Titus. Hey, new guy. How's it going? So I will turn this around so that you all can see it. I'm just trying to get a few of the Louis okay. Oh my lord, that that video that Wack put up was just funny. And you know what the best thing about doing or drawing the Punisher is? The best thing about drawing the Punisher is the fact that he's basically, except for his face, two colors. Well, three if you count the white. He's black, blue, and white. At least in the original, and that's when he's not covered with blood. Yeah, that was an excellent run last night, new guy. I got in bed and I was like, dude, if I had the motivation to go out and run this late, like I'll go out and walk the neighborhood, and which to our local park, our neighborhood is exactly 1 mile, so I can walk from my neighborhood to our local park and back to my house. I feel like I put in a good work. Because after I do that, it's 2 miles, and like I'm trying to work my way up to running there. My wife is wanting us to go to Ollie's today, which usually entails me spending way more money than I should want to. Um, she's like, we could do more blind bags. And I said, you thought of it before I did. Geez, 8 miles every day. Remy just automatically turns down the idea of running. I used to be the kind of person that would tell you the only time or only way that I'm running is if somebody's chasing me. He said, "No, not running, Ollie's." You don't want another. You don't want another poop video. But hey, then you get to at least laugh at my expense. So it's a win for you and a loss for me, right? Well, okay. So here's my only one and only argument for that. Okay. So with the Ollies that I go to, it is about the only option I have close by for comics. And there's a chance, I'm not saying there's a good chance, but there's always a chance that you're going to pull something out of it that's really good. Um, the Ollies that I normally go to, now I don't know how much truth there is to what this guy was telling me. Probably none at all. But the Ollies that I go to, there was a guy there last time we were there, and he said that he buys a lot of them, and he's pulled some insane stuff. Now, I don't know again. Maybe that's why I always pull poop because he goes and buys up all the good ones first, and then I get there and there's no good ones left. I'm going to go ahead and turn this around so you can see some of it at least. I'm going to move Bob out of the way. He was watching us, but I think he can take a back seat for now. So this is what it's looking like so far. Well, half price books, you can actually go and I believe at half price books they have bins that you can go through and buy comics from. If I'm not mistaken, now correct me if I'm wrong. But the way Ollie's is, they have blind bags that you can buy, and those blind bags sometimes are very hit or miss. I've got a lot of like I've got a lot of GI Joe books out of them. I got a King Kong. No, I got a Godzilla con book one time that was it was like a 1 in 75 or 1 in 100 variant, and it was worth a pretty decent amount. But their blind bags are kind of, well, not kind of, they are very hit or miss. We have a half price books in North Carolina, but it's I believe there's a half price books here. I think it's like 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away, towards the Charlotte and Concord area. I wouldn't say they're not as awesome. They're just not as good to you sometimes. And another thing that I like about the Ollie's bags is that a lot of the times there are books in them that I know my daughter will want to read. Plus, if you remember back to last night when I was talking about um, taking books to kids at school, it's a good way for me. Like the cheap throwaway dollar issues of Superman or Justice League that I'm never gonna read because I've either A, already read it or not interested in it. I can take those to kids at school and let them read them, and I don't have to worry about those books ever being brought back to me, or I don't have to worry about them getting ruined because of abuse. They're good for me to be able to use as kind of like incentive to read for kids. Not only kids, but my daughter. She loves comics, so, or she loves comic books that she likes, not comic books in general. So there is a little bit of silver lining. Um, your half price books is a lot like Remy and my the place we go to called Ed McKay's. They're a lot like that because I remember when Edwin um, was still with us and he was putting out videos. He used to go to half price books a lot and do hunts there. So um, Students, well, without saying too much, because I did share this to my Facebook page, in case some people I work with are watching this. We are from a very low income area, and a lot of the kids in these low income areas, they have to fight for pretty much anything they have. So I mean, yes, I would say that is the word to use, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not faulting them for it. Drawing in secret. What are you drawing in secret? Don't let it be a secret. I put the link in there in our chat. You can always show up if somebody says your name 3 times and show us what you're drawing in private. You're waiting on Slotted Up to bring you your coffee. Definitely too shy for that. Remy Q, I don't think shy is a word in your dictionary, my man. I don't think it's a. That does that word even exist to you, shy? It's a sad day when we're angry at our grill for not heating up quick enough. Don't get Chip mad, grill. You wouldn't like it when he's angry. Okay, so here's a little more. Must just be a spot on my. Nick, you even grill the bacon? Okay. Remy, that's funny. Oh my goodness, I don't have a butler. Could you see? Okay, now that I've read that Remy said that, could you see Remy sitting at his desk during a live with his George Foreman going? Nobody knows it, but all we can hear over his sound feed is sizzling, and he just randomly pulls out this piece of bacon and starts chomping on it in the middle of a live. And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I have a George Foreman in my office or in my studios. My bad." Don't ruin my surprise. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin anything. My bad. Nick's Kicks and Comics. That sounds just about like my house, except it's Instapot, air fryer, and then the George Foreman flat top. Um, we use those things very, very often. Bacon on. So I think what I'm gonna do, and I'm doing this to kind of, I want I want to leave some of this kind of muted. So when I say muted, I mean more in black and white than in color. There are parts of it that I want in color, but what I'm struggling with right now is what I want to do as far as background, because there are, I've had a couple of ideas. I was wondering or thinking, should I do this in more of a yellow color to kind of throw a little nod back to that ASM 129? But then I'm thinking, if I do that, then is his face on this right side going to be, um, is it going to be too black and white? And I'm struggling with my decision on that right now. I will have a decision, but not 100% sure what I want to do as far as that goes at this point in time. Um, I guess we'll figure that out as we go along. Because I think, and I'm doing this out loud, so if I do the background in yellow, not only will it play into kind of go along with that ASM 129 background yellow, but it will also kind of throw a little bit of a nod, since I'm doing this on a Daredevil book. It'll throw a little nod back to the classic red and yellow Daredevil skin. I say skin, costume. Wow, thinking Fortnite here. Um, it'll go back and give a little bit of a nod to that classic Daredevil costume. So I'm trying to kind of consciously make that decision as I'm going. And right now I'm at a little bit of an impasse. I don't honestly know which way I want to go on that. I haven't really made a decision, which is the sad part. So I'm going to turn this around and show this to you while I am looking for some color. And if you guys want to add your input in, I would gladly take it. what you think. I'm always up for suggestions. Um, always up for people that want to throw a little bit of insight into what they're seeing. If I should go yellow with the background to give that nod to classic Daredevil and the ASM 129 cover, or if I should just leave it leave it black or leave it white, or maybe even do something altogether different. Did you know Skittles were Daredevil's favorite candy? And do you know why? You know why Skittles were Daredevil's favorite candy? Because he couldn't see the rainbow, but he sure as heck could taste it. Yep, you're right, new guy. Background like Daredevil 183. What's up, Southern Comic Geek? How's it going? Which one is Daredevil 183? Remind me. Let me look that up real quick. Google. D. Oh crap! My bad. I didn't mean to knock you guys over. Um, 183. Is that the blue? Kind of like a Carolina. Yeah, Carol Baskins did it. Okay. So you think I should do it in that kind of powder blue color? Is that what you're saying, Nick? I need a gray, so I'm gonna get that while I'm waiting on your response. Because I don't want to not get what you're saying. Yeah, it was bound to happen at some point or another. $257. And see, this is why I like having you guys around while I'm doing this, because I'll be honest with you, Rod would kill me if he heard me say this. I've never read a ton of Daredevil or Punisher. I just really weren't my favorite. 257, 257. Sorry, I'm looking at this cover. I'm not trying. Wow, I just got really. I'm not even going to say that live because I know somebody's going to turn it into something that I didn't mean. I don't know. Look, look. Yeah, okay. I did. I did. Oh, I was just I asked a question about the background color because I was kind of wondering what color I should do it. I do a lot of my backgrounds dark, um, and I wanted to try to go a little bit of a different direction and not do it so dark this time. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend. I'm going to go with this yellow, and I'm going to blend some orange in with it. Which I know totally goes against what I had said about, or what the suggestions I got were, but I'm just wanting to see kind of, yeah, um, dark colors. I tend to use a lot more. I wear a lot of dark colors. Um, now, that shirt that I've been wearing for my channel is not so dark at all, but I thought it went well with the color scheme. So, but I found that a lot of the drawings that I do, I tend to go with darker backgrounds. And I think the reason that I do that is because it's a lot easier to hide mistakes. So, figured I'd be a little bit more bold with this one. But I'm not just going to leave it this yellow. To me, that's too much yellow. But I am going to take blend blend some more color into it. Right now, I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of a base. And I also know this is not a lot. This is not nearly as detailed as a lot of the other things that I've done for drawing with the professor. Um, but I wanted to kind of do a little bit more of, you know, a simplistic style, I guess you could say this time. Because I always like to try new and different things, new and different styles. Keeps you honest as an artist. Um, when you explore and do some different things, do more different things than what you're normally used to. Um, and I'm more used to having to put more detail into my work than I am just kind of going with the flow. So, what's up, Roscoe? How's it going? So glad to see you here this morning. So now I'm going to take and try to blend out this hard, hard orange line. Get a little more. And I don't know if any of you have ever smelled an alcohol marker before, but whatever like chemical or mix that they use to put into the reds and orange, they are awful. They smell horrible. I do. I use I use a piece of paper behind the cover. That's what this is right here. And I'm not gonna go in and color all of his face. I just want to give him some highlights, kind of go around. So Roscoe, when you do yours, what do you use? Do you use a cardboard or a piece of cardboard behind yours? Well, it's like Bert Kreischer said, when in doubt, spread it out. I know that's not the same aspect or concept of what we're talking about. But when you said I have a heavy hand, so I spread it out, that's what I thought about. Oh, crap! I didn't even see that. Hold up. What's up, my dude?
Hey, thanks for saying my name 3 times, man. You said it twice, and then you mentioned the link. I was like, all right, one more time.
I didn't even know that you were. How long have you been sitting there?
About 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
No, that's all good, brother. Hey, I just wanted to thank you for inspiring me to finish my picture. I'm done now.
Okay.
It only took me 6 months. Now, I'm not adding any color to this. This was an A-OK that I started. I wanted a very sketch look to it.
Okay. Dude, that's awesome. That is straight up awesome, man. Hold on, let me put you big.
I don't think I'm gonna ink it. I'm not gonna add any color or anything. Again, I want a very sketchbook look.
Let me get you big screen. I'm gonna raise
No,
my.
we don't need to do all that. No. You're good. I know I had shown you like the preliminary sketch again months ago. But I finally added the flames in there. I shaded it up.
That's really good.
Yeah, that was an A-OK. I'd planned on sending a slab to somebody who doesn't like slabs. I bought probably about 8 slabs and couldn't decide on what I was going to give this person, and they don't like signed books at all. So they like artwork, and I had started that, and I never finished it. And I had this morning and saw what you were doing. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and actually finish this daggone thing. So thank you for inspiring me, sir.
Oh,
Again,
well,
if anything, it shows a different, I guess, a different style. So that's the sketch style of comic stuff for everybody. Chris
I dig
goes
it.
all out with the colors and everything, and it certainly presents a lot better. And certainly, I'm not brave enough to start doing anything on covers, but since you had mentioned it, and I said I was a little too worried to get on here, I figured I might as well show everybody and take a bow, and I'm out.
Well,
Now I'm super embarrassed.
You don't have to leave. You just got here.
No, it's good. Like I said, I know I think I showed you in private chat. I was like, hey, this is what I'm working on. and never really finished it up. And again, I don't have any plans on doing a background or doing any inking or color or anything. I wanted it just as raw as possible,
You like it
very
raw?
sketchy. Yeah.
That's really good though.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you again. That's it's a. I don't think it's quite to the caliber of what you're working on, but first sketch.
Hey, I mean, it's bet. I'm going to say this at the risk of somebody hearing me. It's better than what I see at work all week.
Well, I appreciate that.
Man, it does. It looks really good.
Well, hey, again, I'm a hop off man. I love the show though. I love that you're doing this, and again, you certainly inspired me today to get my butt into gear and finish this thing up because it's certainly been pending long enough. And and my biggest flaw is that I start something that I say, man, that's going to look awesome, and then I just never commit to finishing it. There's something about finalizing a picture that I don't do well. So
I get it. I totally get that.
yeah, that was the biggest complaint I had for art teachers and professors and everything. It was like, yeah, it's a good start.
Look, new
So.
guy said, "Yeah, if Remy has ever seemed weird, it's when he shows off badass artwork that acts embarrassed."
Acts embarrassed. Well, yeah. No. I mostly just want to jump on the live stream because somebody said my name. That's all.
You know,
If I don't
never,
stay true to that, then what's my worth? Oh yeah, and I have to
there's
do sticker plugs for everybody.
there's never going to be an art stream where somebody, or any stream where somebody doesn't mention your name. You ought to know that by now. It's like,
Just the question: do you think Remy's going to join this one?
yeah, they're like, our dear heavenly Remy, please join our show.
I don't
Watch
think they know,
over
but
us.
I have a secret pack with StreamYard, so I get all of the passwords and everything for everybody's live stream, so I know where you're at. I'm watching you.
Yep. Forget Papa Bert. It's Papa Remy. He's always watching.
All right, but hey, I'm going to jump back into the chat again. Just want to show you because
Well, thanks for
you inspired me this morning, Chris. Thank you. That's very hard to do. It's hard to motivate Remy Q, and so thank you.
Well, thank you, sir, for showing it off.
All right, brother. I'll check you out later.
All right. Well, what an awesome company visit we had from Remy Q Studios showing off his artwork. Now, if we could only get Bob Floss on here to show his artwork, because we know that Bob Floss loves to do art. And yes, I did say Bob Floss. But of course, you know, Bob Floss is going to have some kind of excuse about my hair's not even done, even though he doesn't have hair. Oh, look, we got another guest. Apparently, we said his name enough times that he decided to show up. It's Comic Tom. Comic Tom, how's it going? Oh my goodness. What's up, man? He's not going to say a word. Just going to wave and point. Wave and point, fellas. Wave and point. Oh my Lord. Is Comic Tom going to say anything at all? Other than nope. Oh my god. This is great. This is absolutely great. Made my day. This is better than a million blind bags from Ollie's. Didn't have his hair on. That was perfect. Nick's Kicks and Comics, everybody. AKA Comic Tom, AKA Bob Floss, AKA the Master of Disguise. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when you send a group of guys your chat link. You never know what's gonna happen or who's gonna show up. It's always just up in the air. You're gonna have surprise guests at every turn. Oh man, that was that was great. Okay, so I just realized I have not shown this off nearly as much as I said I was going to. So if you'll give me one more second, I'm gonna add a couple of little dabs of color down here. Turn it around so you all can see it. Hopefully this doesn't look like trash on the screen. Maybe I should hold it up some. So that's where we're at for now. I didn't really think that I'd be doing a Punisher. It just kind of worked out that like this has been a themed week for Punisher apparently for me. Lots of Punisher showing up. Tip Getler, look, you're welcome on anytime. You know where the chat link is or the stream link is. All you have to do is decide, is this a day that the elusive Chip Getler wants to make an appearance? And we all know how elusive that is. I mean, see, hey, we even had Comic Tom on. Didn't even expect a Comic Tom appearance. Now, I think I could mention his name 50 million times and he would never show up. And I think when I send that stream link out, people assume that in order to be on here, you have to be drawing, and that is oh, that would be so dope. Roscoe, that would be awesome. Punisher versus Punisher 2099. Now that's a cool idea. But I think when people see me send out that stream key, they're like they automatically assume that that I have to or that they have to draw in order to be on here with me. And that's not the case at all. I just love the company. Even if it's just to show off a face and nod and point and wave, or if you want to get on and show something that you've drawn. Um, there's always a welcome spot for you. The elusive chip. Yes. Almost sounds like a gambling term, doesn't it? Like that elusive chip that you never get, but you always want. I guess I should go in and detail his boot. That might would help. I need a light gray. I had it over here at one point, and I don't know what I've done with it. Dropping stuff all over my floor, by the way. Mm. So, we'll take that out and turn this around. Get it all in frame. There we go. I mean, I guess I'm just looking at it on my big screen because I want to make sure that I've gotten areas that need to be gotten. I'm not disappointed in it at all. Um, but it's not by far my favorite one I've done. Um, thanks, Chet. Um, but again, I am my own worst critic as far as art is concerned. I pick and choose, or not pick and choose, but I pick out what I see is wrong with it. But I've always been my own critic, my own worst critic, my own worst enemy. I get in my own head about what I do. So I may put this aside and come see it later and think of something else I could have or should have done. But yeah, I give myself a hard time about my stuff. Like I go, I should have done this or I should have done this, but stop picking, it'll never heal. Yeah, I mean, we're all in a way a critic of our work, and I guess it's like I try to teach my kids at school. You have to look at your artwork not only as though you're the one that did it, but as somebody else looking at a piece of artwork that's been done. So if you look at it and you think this is my best, then you probably have a problem. Um, if you can always find things that you would have done differently, then it gives you something to strive towards, and you don't become complacent in what you do. And that's one thing I never want to be is complacent with my art, because I believe when you become complacent, you start making big mistakes and you get full of yourself, and I honestly think that's where a lot of artists, current artists, they get too comfortable in what they do, and they stop seeing what they do as redeemable. Not necessarily, I don't know what's the word. They see their work as fine, just fine. And I don't want to be that just fine kind of person. I always want to strive to do better each piece that I do, try new things, and never get to the point where I feel like my work is just okay. Um, I don't like just okay. I've never been happy with just being okay. Yeah, Roscoe, it's a sucky feeling to be your own critic, but it also gives you a reason to strive for better next time. Because there are things that I've done in this that I realize that I won't do next time. When I do another one of these, I mean, there are always things that I can fix. I mean, I'm not disappointed in it by any means. I love the way it went. Um, I love the fact that I did a character that I don't normally do, but I'm just, I look at it and go, was this my fullest potential compared to what I've already done? Um, and I don't know if it's the background that's throwing me off, or if it's just two separate pictures that's throwing me off, or what. But I mean, I'm not disappointed by any means. I like it. Um, I mean, I really like it. It's a decent drawing for me. It did kind of test me in some areas, so I'm not going to complain about it or fuss about it one bit. But I mean, it's like a musician. If they ever get to the point where they go out and they're not nervous before a set or a gig, and I don't care how comfortable you are with playing music. I've toured with a band. I've sang in a band. I don't know. I don't care how comfortable you are. If you don't get nervous before you do a gig, or if you still don't get butterflies, that's the time to hang it up, because that means you're getting too comfortable with what you do and you're not putting in your best. So I always get really nervous about these when I get ready to do them. Um, I always am always trying to think two steps ahead of what I want to do next, because I don't want to get to that point where I'm okay with what I'm doing. I want to push and strive to do better than I did the time before. So, at any rate, this is my sketch cover for the day. I'm going to go ahead and throw this back in its bag and board, give you a look at it in the bag and board. I haven't done anything on the back yet. I'll probably wait until something strikes me to do this on a bag and board or on the back of the comic. Pull this back some so you can see it. So this is my art with the professor for this week. This will be available as soon as I get pictures of it and put it on Instagram. If you know anybody that may be interested, you can tell them to get in touch with me on Instagram. If you're interested, you can get in touch with me on Instagram. This could be yours. I actually do have a deal with EGS, which is Expert Grading Service. They have told me that they would do an artist label for me. I can customize that art label to pretty much have whatever you want on it. And you can have it graded, encapsulated, and at a very good price, comparable, very comparable to CGC, and you get it back within, I believe, 21 days. So if you know of anybody that may want one, tell them to hit me up. If you want one, you can hit me up on Instagram, Cardboard Crazies Comics. I'm always open for commissions, always working. I've got 2 that I'm finishing up right now for Tip Getler and Tyler from Shattered Glass Comic Reviews, or AKA Whack Comics. Got 2 of those that I'm doing, finishing up to get sent out. Burke should be getting his here soon in the mail. And then I've got another Spider-Man that I just sent out. So a bunch of different pieces going out to people, and really excited about this. So if you want a commission, I do sketch cards. I do 8.5 by 11s, 12 by 18s. I do comic covers. You name it, I can get you one, get it done. We'll talk about it through messages rather than doing it awkwardly on here. But thank you for watching today. I hope you had a fun time. This is my Punisher sketch, a little bit of an homage to Mike Zeck, who wrote the Punisher. Used the Punisher from Punisher or Amazing Spider-Man 129. Just a more modern looking Punisher. It is what it is. So thank you all for sticking around with me this morning. I know this isn't nearly as long as some of my other ones have been. I think we're at an hour and a half. So most of them last around 2 hours. So maybe about 30 minutes short of what I usually do. But thank you so much for watching today. Hope that y'all have a great rest of the weekend. Be a blessing to somebody today. Most importantly, I hope that you're blessed. Take it easy.